on Facebook Live. First of all, I'd like to say my heart goes out to the Bush family. We just recently announced we lost the former First Lady Barbara Bush. It goes without saying that she was respected on both sides of the political spectrum, and she will be missed. And like I said, my heart's with the Bush family this time. With that said, let's get the Facebook Live started. Let's wait for some questions to come in. I have some things to announce. You can get, if you like bumper stickers, a lot of people were asking about bumper stickers and things like that. We do have them now. If you go to our website, and our links down below in the comment section, you can click it, and if you donate $10 or more, we'll send you a bumper sticker. As well as, let's see, volunteer meet and greet will be on April 21st at 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Vineyard. That's 11914 Coursey Boulevard. That's April 21st, 2 to 5. If you want to be a volunteer or be involved with the campaign, come greet with me and the rest of the campaign and see how you can help and see what we can do from there. And the next Facebook Live will be 2 weeks from tonight. It will be on Tuesday, May 1st at 7 p.m. That's 2 weeks from now. I've got a lot to do, and I had to kind of cut one out from next week, so it'll be in 2 weeks, Facebook Live. If we have any questions yet, let's see. No questions yet. Little fuzz, that's my head. Let's see. Yes, Facebook Live, and 2 weeks from tonight on May 1st at 7 p.m., and as well as volunteer meet and greet on April 21st at 2 to 5 at the Vineyard off Coursey. And bumper stickers, if you donate $10 or more, we'll send you a bumper sticker. Let's see, what else is going on in the news today? I recently came on live last Friday, this past Friday. Garrett Graves and his politician buddies in Congress attempted to pass a balanced budget amendment because they say the debt is going up, this and that. Well, it wouldn't be if he didn't vote to pass that massive tax giveaway to the richest people in the country that didn't need it. That's why the debt's doing that, and as well as that's causing it to balloon. And now they want to use that to balance budget amendment to attack your Social Security and attack your Medicare or Medicaid. I don't stand. I'm not for that. I'm against that. If you elect me as your congressman, I would never attack your Social Security and medical, and never attack that as well. Let's see. Maybe not getting any questions today. Pretty busy day, but either way, use the time still to make a video that people watch after the fact, not live. I know I do a lot of that because I'm busy, so I don't watch things necessarily live, but I do watch them later. I'll be headed out of town working in the next couple of days, and then I'll be back. Remember, I still do work 40 hours a week and campaign, as well as try to have a nice, comfortable Louisiana weather. It's going on. I'm liking this, not liking the cold weather. But
you have a question, Justin?
All right, we got a question. And
what was it that made you decide to run for office? Were you inspired by anyone else in Congress?
What made me run for office was I was inspired by anyone else in Congress. What made me want to run for Congress was the 2016 flood. I received flooding, and a lot of my friends and family members did as well. That happened to me. That was one of the lowest points in my life. Lost a lot of things I had, not just material, but items you can't replace. Then I looked at our congressional delegation here in Louisiana, and I noticed that we don't get anything done. Congress doesn't get anything done. It's got like a 12% approval rating at the time, and everyone re-elects these sellouts every single time. And I looked at my congressman, Garrett Graves. Garrett Graves never was proactive, trying to do things for the district, didn't try to fix any infrastructure issue, or supposedly tried, but nothing got done. And when I don't do my job, my boss fires me. I think we need to fire some congressmen by electing them out of office. As well as most of these congressmen, the reason they don't get anything done and the reason they try to pass these things that negatively affect you is because of they're sold out. Garrett Graves is sold out to the tobacco industry, to AT&T or whatever organization wants to donate him money. There's several telecom people, oil companies, those things like that are his biggest donors. So if you look at who their donors are, you can tell where their influence is and why they do what they do. And that's another reason why I don't take corporate PAC money. I don't have a PAC of my own, so I will represent the actual interests of the constituents and not my large donors. We have no more question yet. Let's see, just little notes for the events. I'm pretty happy with those bumper stickers, by the way. If you want one $10 donation or more, you get a bumper sticker. I'll send it to you. And those of you who have donated to us in the past, I will not forget about you as well. We'll send you a bumper sticker as well. And let's see, no more questions yet? Well, I'm not going to stay on too long because there's lots of other things I need to be doing with the campaign. So if that's why I'll cut it short in a minute just to use my time effectively. If you do have a comment, and we've already cut the Facebook Live off, and you want to comment on the feed after the fact, we'll answer those questions too. So just because you're not tuning in live doesn't mean I won't answer your questions. So, like I said, one more time to just reiterate. Bumper stickers, $10 or more donation, we'll send you a bumper sticker. Volunteer meet and greet, April 21st, 2 to 6, Vineyard off Corsi. And next Facebook Live will be on May 1st at 7 p.m.
You do have another question.
Yes.
Greta asks, what are you going to do to help address climate change? How will you address the issue with Louisiana losing a football field of land each day?
Greta asked what will I do about climate to address climate change, and what will I do to address us losing our football field of the day in land. First, climate change. There's ways we can mitigate the problems we have and start reversing things, such as green energy is not only job creators, it's an investment. It can be the new American job force. I mean, how many people can we put to work putting up panels or wind turbines or water turbines? I mean, all these things can be, number one, it makes us more independent and safer, national security wise, to have our own green energy. Those things that cuts carbon emissions. The largest polluters need to start cleaning up their acts, and I would work in Congress to help make them clean up their act, as well as the land loss for Louisiana. The Mississippi River levee system we put in order to stop it from flooding us in the 30s or whatever. The levee system also keeps it from flooding, so that keeps it from sediment from being dumped into the marshes and such, and subsidence and sinkage. We've had that problem. We've lost land. Like the report came out just the other day, I believe it was saying that you cannot reverse it. We're not going to be able to reverse the land loss. We need to incentivize green energy though, and reduce dependency on greenhouse gas emitting EPA. Reduce the reliance on dirty energy. But the land loss, those oil companies and those dirty industries have contributed to that by digging their canals that they didn't fill back in, that my opponent loved to shield them from when he was on the Coastal Authority. But we won't replenish enough to get back what we lost. We can slow it down and make gains in certain areas, but I'm not going to lie to you and give you a golden dream that we're going to be able to replenish the entire Louisiana coast. We will be able to slow it down, stop it in some areas, but we will not. What we're losing, that's why it needs to be more urgent than it is. Now, there's a few things I'll discuss later video. I'll put it together and give a really good video about when Garrett Graves was at the Coastal Authority, how they could have done better and why it's created this massive urgency now and why we haven't moved forward with it. I'll make a video for that and release it. But if I haven't answered your question, please ask again and I'll clarify anything that I didn't clarify. Let's see, notes there.
We have another question from Brian. He says we've been taxed for 30 years for the diversion canal. It's still not complete. What can we do about the tax dollars going towards that?
That would be a great question, Brian, about the diversion canal and the tax dollars you've been paying for 30 years for it. You've had a congressman that hasn't been able to get nothing done but blame the Army Corps of Engineers for the reasons he can't get it done. I won't make excuses to you. I will do it. You elect me as your congressman, and I won't make excuses about not getting things done. Governor Edwards has secured a track funding to get the project started, and I applaud his work. Governor Edwards is trying his best to do what he can for the coast and the flooding issues. That's why you see a lot of Republican attacks or politician attacks. Not Republican, politician attacks on him because if he gets things done and he's viewed successful, people will notice that, and that's dangerous to your rank and file establishment politician that just wants to sell out and make their lives better and make. They impede progress, and people like Governor Edwards moves us forward.
Another one is, how do you plan to deal with our climate refugees?
I believe we have some climate refugees from south part of I'm not sure if that's my district or the District 6 or not, but still, climate refugees will be more and more reoccurring thing as we go in the future. Because if we just switch over now to green energy everywhere and didn't emit any more CO2 greenhouse gases, we wouldn't be able to stop this. We would slow it down, but we need to accelerate, obviously. But deal with climate refugees, that's a hard one to do. Climate refugees there's a lot of people that will be that low-lying areas. Louisiana is going to have a lot of them if we keep on this trend of losing our coast, as long as also emitting greenhouse gases. Let's see, greenhouse. We have to slow climate change and reduce, and we have to slow climate change and pay to relocate the refugees. That's about as simple as it gets. I mean, people can't be upended from their home and expect to go somewhere else without assistance. They will need assistance, and that's something that we should help with.
Jane asks, what actions would you take to help reduce the number of mass shootings in schools and other places?
The actions I would take to help reduce the number of mass shootings in schools and other places. First of all, I support a national red flag law, which allows medical experts and the police to be able to, if someone is having, someone in your family is having a tough mental go of it, some stress in life or something's got them down, you could alert the proper authority to that person is not in their right mind at the moment, they need help, and temporarily they would not have access to their weapon in order to be. This would also help with too many people in this country turn to suicide with stress, the amount of stress we have in life. This would help with that issue as well. But a red flag law doesn't mean your neighbor can call the cops on you and tell them that they think you're crazy. No, this would be someone that's close enough to you to have that relationship to understand. Also support the background checks, universal background checks that actually go through every agency that's supposed to be in the loop needs to be in the loop. They need to communicate to prevent things like we had in Texas, at the church in Texas. As far as, I'm always open to more ideas, as well as with the to reduce the number of shootings in this country. That open to most things. The assault weapons, that's a name given to them. I'm not against regulation or changing the law with it, but we have to come up with something that is comprehensive and actually can be pushed through Congress. With the amount of the NRA money funding to your certain congressman, it's going to be a hard push to make, but I do support making that push.
Brian asked, and I believe that this is in reference to the tax dollars for the Coney diversion canal. Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brian, but he asked, what about the companies not paying their fair share of taxes?
Brian asked what about the companies not paying their fair share in taxes. He may be asking about the diversion canal, but I believe it's the, correct me if I'm wrong, the chemical industry that did not pay their fair share of taxes. I do not. That is a point that really aggravates me, that you pay taxes, and every time you buy something, sell something in this state, you own property, you pay property taxes, you pay taxes on your cell phone bill. I think that the large petrochemical and chemical industries in the state need to start paying their fair share. Absolutely. That'll help the state fix its budget problems. I don't get a free get out of jail free card, no pay taxes ticket like they do. Creating jobs, they do. They create a few to build new units and stuff like that. Then those men are laid off. I've been in that field. I've seen those people laid off. They'll work 7 days a week, 6 days a week for 3 months, and then they're off for 6. Those aren't permanent jobs. That's building a new facility. But as well as the permanent jobs they get, I could pull up the I'll get the graph out that shows the negative job production that they've been responsible for over the past few years. For every dollar in tax breaks we get, I 110% support taxing the petrochemical companies paying their fair share like they should and stop getting exempt.
Megan asks, what are your thoughts about the division within the Democratic Party? Would you consider yourself more of a Bernie or a Hillary in terms of where you stand on Democratic ideals?
Where I stand on Democratic ideals, I don't consider myself on any side. I have my own views as far as political go. I'm not either side. I'm a Louisianian. I'm a person from the 6th District that works every day and is tired of seeing all sorts of politicians being elected. Tired of seeing corporate sellouts being elected. I want to unite people and not divide them. I don't have a division. I'm a whole nother kind of Democrat. I'm not here to be partisan. I'm not here to be party over people. I'm here for the people. I'm not here for corporations. I'm not here for rich donors. I'm not here for different sides of an argument. Whatever it gets this country on the right track and gets the country what it needs and the people what it needs, that's what I'm for.
Megan also asks, would you support a tax on developers to help mitigate the cost of future floods?
Would I support a tax on developers to help mitigate the future floods? yes, I do support a tax on developments in order to mitigate the effects of future flooding, because when you do develop areas, Ascension Parish has had a lot of issues with this. They have a lot of localized flooding during rain events. I go all over the state working, so I've seen pretty much most of the state. New subdivision comes up, never flooded before. When it rains now, you start noticing more and more rain, more and more puddles, and deeper and deeper and deeper. That's because new development goes up too quick without proper planning and proper drainage upgrades. And that's what's causing local flooding during rain events. How many times have you watched the news like I have in Louisiana and the Baton Rouge Metro, at least the Ascension Parish? People constantly, their streets are flooding, and they're mad at the parish, they're mad at the city, they're mad at the state. That's the problem with the overdevelopment too quickly. Not opposed to development, just there are certain things that need to be done in order to ensure that we don't flood our neighbors.
Jane asks, what are your thoughts on single-payer insurance?
My thoughts on single-payer insurance. In the medical industry, right now, the Medicaid expansion that the governor implemented when he got in was great. It was a good step forward. In order to get where we need to be, we have to change the system. And in order to change the system, there are steps to take. You're not going to overhaul the healthcare system overnight. Back when they did it in the last administration, they did that with a large majority in Congress, and it took, people have been talking about doing something like that for decades. It just doesn't happen overnight. So I support the Medicare buy-in first for the lowest income people of the country. They would be able to buy into the Medicare system, and it's based on your income. So the lower you make, the less you make, the less you pay. And this would also eliminate the profit. Currently, we give we give the I can't remember the word at the moment, but through the healthcare system that people subsidize healthcare to private insurance companies. If we eliminate the subsidy and just have them directly into the Medicare system, that will allow that profit to be gone. So that saves money there and helps people get covered. I believe that the idea and the result. I believe in the idea and the result of Medicare for All program, and I'm for it, and we have to make the steps to get there. We have another question, or did we know?
I don't see one now.
Nope, no more questions at the moment. All right, well, it is 7:20, and like I said, I'll give the little announcements one more time in the video. I do a nice little filler. Bumper stickers. Donate $10 or more, and you'll get a bumper sticker. Volunteer meet and greet on April 21st at 2 to 5 at the Vineyard at 11914 Coursey Boulevard. And next Facebook Live will be Tuesday, May 1st at 7. And I'd like to say thanks for tuning in. No?
You do
We have another question?
We have one more now. Are you familiar with modern monetary theory?
Modern monetary theory, nothing comes to mind at this moment, but I will look up and get you I don't want to answer your question with half an answer. I'd like to give you the proper answer. I can look that up and get an answer back to you.
You actually do have another one. Brian asked, what about the EPA rolling back regulations?
The EPA rolling back regulations, Brian, Garrett Graves, the guy I'm running against, loves to tout about regulation, cutting regulation. Depends on what regulation you're talking about. EPA regulation rollback making it easier for people to pollute? Absolutely not. Against it, don't like it, won't stand for it. As well as, notice how we cut back regulation, according to Garrett Graves and his crony buddies. But what regulation are we cutting back to expedite business? Are we cutting back the Clean Water Act, or are we cutting back the Clean Air Act? Or are we cutting back are we going to let coal mining dump sludge into our waters? Or are we going to let the petrochemical companies just flood into our rivers and streams? I'm not for it. I won't stand for it. As your congressman, I would not for 1 second entertain the idea of weakening the EPA on the guise of expediting business because it's cutting regulation. These regulations exist for a reason. They keep us safe, and they should be strengthened. If that answers your question, Brian. No more questions at the moment?
No, that I see.
All right. Well, I do have somewhere event to get to, but check us out on, or you're on the page now. Link below is the bumper stickers. Facebook Live, next one is on 2 weeks on May 1st, and then volunteer event April 21st, 2 to 5 at the Vineyard. Thanks for joining us on the Facebook Live, and I'll see you in 2 weeks, and have a great day.